Oftentimes, you find yourself struggling trying to understand what you learned in class, or you find yourself trying so hard to solve a maths problem, or a physics problem, or a chemistry problem. As a student, what do? You ask your teacher, you go over the internet to search for a solution, or you watch a video that you think can help you solve the problem. But still, you don't get the answer you want, because you don't get what you want from all the sources of information you are consulting. You try so hard and you spend so much time trying to solve or understand what you learned in maths or physics or chemistry. The issue with this approach is you end up running out of time to do other activities. Stop trying to understand maths or science. So what should you do? I'm going to tell you what you have to do, whether you are a high school student or a university student. Stop trying to understand maths or science. In this video, I'm going to give you the secret to getting ahead in maths or physics or chemistry or any other subject. I'm going to give you a list of 4 study tips that can help you each time you are stuck. This is what you have to know. Sometimes you are just not going to understand everything you learn in class right away. You should avoid hanging on one problem for so long if you are stuck and can't find the solution to the problem. The most important thing is to manage your time and do other problems or study other subjects or do your homework. You have to manage your time right. The reason you get stuck on maths or physics or chemistry could be because you lack the background, or it could be that the time is just not right. So the bottom line is to avoid spending so much time trying to solve one particular problem, especially that you have other things to attend to. I'm not saying give up every time you are stuck on a problem, and I'm not saying you shouldn't learn maths or physics or chemistry, and I'm not saying you shouldn't spend some time trying to understand, but sometimes you have to move on. You have to stop spending so much time trying to understand something and move on to other things, because you have to manage your time. One of the mistakes a lot of students do when they are studying is that sometimes students get hung up trying to solve one problem for a very long time and forget that they have other things to attend to. Even after consulting all the sources of information they have, if they don't get what they want, they still spend hours and hours on something they might not be able to figure out for a very long time. So what do you do each time you have tried your best trying to understand something and you get to a point where you are stuck? I have a list of 4 study tips that I believe if you put them into practice, they will help you get ahead in math or physics or chemistry or any subject. Study tip number 5 is a bonus. Study tip number 5 is crucial and you don't have to take it for granted. So study tip number 1, move on and focus on something else. Depending on how much time you have and what you are studying, when you are stuck, move on and focus on what's in front of you. Instead of spending hours and hours on one problem that you might not be able to figure out within an hour or within 2 hours, move on to something else and come back later and see if you still can't solve the problem. You have to learn to manage your time effectively. Good time management leads to improved efficiency and productivity. You also have to determine what is significant and what deserves more time, because when your time management is poor, you end up rushing your task. When this happens, the quality of your task is compromised, so you have to plan and control how much time you spend on each activity. This is essential if you want to get ahead with your studies. Study tip number 2, take a break and go out for a short walk. Taking a break is needed if you want to stay focused, motivated, and refreshed. During your break, consider going for a short walk or a meditation or doing something completely different from studying. Taking a break is vital if you want to avoid burnout. Research shows that taking purposeful 5 minutes to 60-minute breaks from studying refresh your brain and increase your body energy, productivity, and ability to focus. Avoid using social media as a purposeful break because social media doesn't work. Instead, find activities that give your mind a break, like a short walk in the park, or meditation, or listening to music. By doing these activities, you'll be re-energized and can focus again. Study tip number 3. Use relevant sources of information. It is important to use relevant sources of information for your studies, sources that are credible and up to date. So this channel can be of help to your studies if you are looking for math and science videos. Your comments, likes, and sharing videos on this channel with your friends will be much appreciated. Your teacher or your schoolmate can also be a source of information to help you understand when you are stuck. So remember to subscribe and activate the bell icon for notification so that you don't miss any video from this channel. Study tip number 4. Revisit the things that you were stuck on. Sometimes you need to revisit things later and they will make sense. This is why revision is also one of the best study tips that you can use to understand things you've seen in the past. So if you are stuck while studying a math or science subject, just move on to something else, like taking a short walk in the park, or meditating, or listening to music, and come back later when you feel refreshed. Study tip number 5. This is a bonus. 5. Use past exam questions to test yourself on the material. Past exam questions can be used to evaluate your understanding of the subject. By solving past exam questions, you allow yourself to identify your areas of strength and weaknesses. Past exam papers allow you to become familiar with the format and question type to expect in the exam. Past exams reveal the topics or concepts that you need to put more of your energy and time. This insight enables you to have an idea of the areas that you need improvement. So if you want to know how well you are going to perform in your exam, use past exam papers as the tools to measure your performance. Using past exam papers to study is one of the best study tips that is used by top students, and this study tip is very effective by reducing anxiety and giving you confidence. So if you want to learn math and science, this channel can be of help to you.